Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday. It's about 10 o'clock, Tuesday, June 5th. And I thought I would vlog today, maybe a couple days this week. What's happening this week? So I've already been in the studio for a few hours. I started working around 7. So I was finishing up some client work, sending that off to the client, and have been waiting for their feedback. The project got delayed a few times on their end, which is always challenging. And then they increased the scope, and so it feels like it's, I don't know, a lot to wrangle and like a bit out of control. So I'm hoping that it's wrapping up today. So yeah, we are, as I said, waiting for the client. And while we do that, I was thinking I would show you guys this. I don't think I've ever shown this in a video before, but sometimes I can't tell if I'm in focus or not. I can tell that the light is insane. Nope. Is that any better? It's a little better. I look like I have a halo. Anyway, sometimes rather than framing work or framing originals, like I wouldn't want to do this with a print probably, but rather than framing an original, I will mount it to wood panel. This is an original that I am sending to my cousin. She's getting married this coming weekend, and I'm not able to go to the wedding. It was too much to figure out with Penelope and travel. It's in California. So I am really happy for her, and I'm really sorry that I'm not going to be able to be there. So I am giving she and her husband to be an original. I also did their wedding invitations, and this was one of the illustrations that was used in the wedding invitation. It was like I think they're calling it a whole brunch of love. That's their hashtag. It's a brunch reception. So I did like different citrus fruits and flowers and stuff. So I'm mounting this one to birch panel, and I decided to do that in this case instead of framing, both because I like how it looks and because shipping a framed piece of artwork across the country is really nerve-wracking, and I probably could figure out the packaging, but it's not stuff that I regularly have on hand, so it would be a bit trickier. So I'm doing the birch panel, and I've already started it. I'm going to try to show you guys the next phase of the process, but basically, like, I just bought this birch panel. You can get them on Amazon or at Blick or wherever. This is called a cradled panel because it has the panel itself, which is this part, and then this is the cradle going around it. So you can get these in different depths, anywhere from like 1 inch to 2 inches to, I don't know, I think 3 inches is probably the deepest one I've seen, but that's for bigger pieces generally. So I got the panel, and then I did this illustration just on cold press watercolor paper. And I think on, what day was it? On Friday maybe. So it's been drying over the weekend, but on Friday I used this stuff, which is just matte acrylic medium. I got a big container of this. I've had it for a long time. I honestly don't remember where I got it, but it's just matte acrylic medium. And I used this big brush here, or you can use a brush or a foam, one of those foam disposable brushes, but something that has that's pretty wide across, and I use that to spread the matte medium on the panel, and then I lined up the illustration, the paper, and laid it directly down on the panel, and used this, I think it's called a brayer. It's a printmaking tool, but I just use it to press the air bubbles out. Oh, I'm getting a low battery signal, so if I get cut off, that's why. Anyway, I use this to press the air bubbles out, and then I put it face down on a sheet of acid-free paper, and then I weight the top of it. So I put a bunch of like not old, but a bunch of my existing portfolios and big art books, put those on top so it presses down really heavy, and then let it dry for at least 24 hours, preferably 48 hours. And as you can see, I still have some extra paper hanging off of 2 of the sides because I think it's a 10-inch panel, and the paper that I have is 10 by 12. So today I'm going to cut off these edges here, and I'm going to show you guys that process. And then there's a few little kind of bumps and stuff on the edges that came from the dry matte medium, so I'll try to sand those off. So that will be priority number one. All right, so this is what it looks like once it's all trimmed. I think I might just leave, usually I would paint the edges, but I think I might just leave the edges this raw wood color. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the matte medium just on the white areas of the paper. Well, mostly just on the edges here because I don't wanna have any like fraying or anything. So I'll do that and then let it dry and then sand it a little bit. It is the next day and we are walking to the bank before the babysitter gets here. Hi. Back in the studio, I sent off that project that I was working on yesterday that I was waiting for the client feedback on. I sent that off to them yesterday afternoon and got the okay, and then late last night there were additional edits that were added, and there were only a couple. One of them was my fault. It was something I had forgotten to do. So so I prioritized that and just got that finished a little bit ago and sent off the updated version to them, so hopefully we'll be all set. So I have one other piece of client work that needs to get done this week, but I think right now I just want to paint a little bit, I'm doing a few different portfolio pieces. Yesterday I think you will have seen that I am trying out these brush pens from Arteza, and they're interesting so far. I haven't ever used anything quite like them, but yeah, I'll show you the piece that I've been working on. So the underlayer I had done in just my Hydrus, P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors. And then I did this upper layer, the second layer in the brush pens. And I don't think I would do them just by themselves. I'm definitely going to add some colored pencil on top of this. But overall, they're kind of interesting and I like how they look. And you can blend and layer them over each other. I thought they were going to be, when I had selected them for to be one of the things that Arteza would send me, I thought that they would be able to be blended with water, and you can't blend them with water, but you can layer them over the top of each other. I need to read the packaging some more and see. I didn't think they were alcohol based. I thought they were water based, but if they're alcohol based, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to blend them with alcohol. I don't honestly use marker that much. I'll use it for small things, but it's not like a major part of what I do, so I don't have a ton of experience with marker. Sorry. And I definitely don't blend it, so I'm not sure how that would work. But if any of you guys use a lot of marker and you have suggestions for blending, let me know. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that right now. Just gonna do a little bit of painting and drying, and that'll be the morning.
And so in one way, this was
It's a lot later now. It's about 2 o'clock, and I am in our messy garage, as you can see, and I'm down here because I that painting that I showed you, the illustration that I showed you that I had put on the panel, that I had fixed to the panel, I didn't end up sending it home with my dad yesterday because I remembered that I still wanted to do a spray varnish on it. So I've done a couple of coats last night, but it was raining this morning, so it's really sunny now, so I'm going to go out and do, I think, one more coat, and I thought I would show you guys. I'm using this Grumbacher Glossy Final Fixative. All done. It is about 1 o'clock. Nope, about 1:45 on Thursday. And I'm sitting in my studio with the windows open, so I hope the noise isn't too bad. But I have just been doing some client work, more just stuff on the computer, so it wasn't really interesting to film. But yeah, I also was just now doing a kind of final pass at my email before I switch over to painting, and I had gotten, I think yesterday or the day before, an email from Josh from the band Amarante, and they have let me use their songs a lot in a number of my videos over the years, and every time I do it, I think I need to actually remember to like not just list them in the description box, which I always do, but like actually say thank you. So he sent me an email saying that they had just done a cover song. Sorry about that. They had just done a cover of a song called Meet Me in the Woods Tonight by Lord Huron. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but anyway, yeah, they did that cover, and there's actually a video that goes with it. So I really enjoyed it, and I just wanted to, none of that music is in this video, but I just wanted to say thank you to Amarante, and also just to tell you guys that if you like that kind of, I guess it would be folk music. It kind of reminds me, if you've ever listened to Radical Face, it kind of reminds me of like a warmer, a little happier, maybe a little bit more approachable version of Radical Face. So anyway, I will put the link on in the description box to their channel. And yeah, if you like that kind of music, you should definitely check it out. It's Friday morning, and as you will have seen, I have just spent the morning drawing a bit, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog pretty soon here so that I can edit it and get it uploaded for you guys. But before I do that, I thought I would just show you. I was working on a few things this week, and I know I did time lapses of a few of them, but I thought I would just show you kind of where I'm at with things in terms of illustrations that I can show. Obviously can't show all the client work, but yeah, I have finished, let me see here, flip this around. Finished this little piece, this cherry piece. And I think this is finished. To let it sit for a little bit before I decide, but I think it's finished. Grilled cheese, and I think these coffee beans are finished as well. Anyway, those are the three that I have finished. These are the 3 pieces that I finished, and then I'm in process. And I started all of these like probably 3 weeks ago, and I've just been like gradually working on them in between other things. These are all just portfolio pieces, so I'm pretty much always trying to work on new portfolio stuff in between client stuff, because so much of the time for me, I can't show client work. So yeah, these have been in process for a while. A few more that are still in process. This one which you will have seen me working on this morning. I think this is mostly done. I need to put it under a book to get it flattened since I was lazy as usual and didn't stretch it, but it needs a little bit more work, but it's mostly done. And this is mostly done as well, I think. Now, I don't remember if I was working on this, I did work on this some this week, but I don't think I filmed any of it. This is still completely before colored pencils. It was almost all the Hydrus watercolors. And then I did a little bit with those Arteza pens in the shadows here. So this still needs a bit of work, although I did develop it much further than I usually do with the watercolor layer. So we'll see. It may actually be fairly close to being done, like 70% of the way there, I think. And then this piece, this is a bigger one. And this is probably about halfway there. This one has quite a long way to go because of all the detail in the leaves and stuff. But the watermelon, this part should be pretty straightforward. This part will be pretty straightforward. The leaves will take a long time. That is what I am working on. But yeah, so as I said, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Tomorrow is the meetup, and I don't think the plans are going to change, so I am going to put the location and the time and stuff in the description box in case you are in the greater Boston area and decide that you want to attend and you didn't have a chance to RSVP. So that will be in the description box. And on that note, I was feeling bad since a lot of people have mentioned wanting to come, but just living far away, especially people overseas. So I felt like as a little consolation prize, I am going to put my new Skillshare class on free access for 24 hours from tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And that's all standard US standard East Coast time. So yeah, it will be up for a full 24 hours. So yeah, if you can't come to the meetup, but you still wanted to join in on the fun, that will be happening tomorrow. And I will put a link to the class in the description box. This isn't like the sign up link. This is just a direct link to the class. So if you are watching this on Friday and you follow the link, it will still be up behind, it'll still be a premium class, but tomorrow East Coast time, 9 a.m. it will be free until Sunday East Coast time at 9 a.m. Yeah. So I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of this work week. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and please thumbs up and comment and all of that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!